Last week, one of India's biggest employers, Tata Consultancy Services, said it would ask a majority of its employees to return to offices by the year end. Over the past few weeks, Infosys and Wipro have also indicated their intent to have workers back in the offices as long as they are vaccinated and COVID-19 case numbers are down. With about 13 million people employed in the Indian IT sector, its return to office strategy will likely become the blueprint for other sectors. Here's a look at how India Inc. is planning its return to office. TCS said it expected 80% of people to return to office by year end. The IT major will initially have almost all staff back in the office before switching to a hybrid model under which only 25% of staff will work from office through 2025. The plan is based on current projections that a third wave will either be less severe or won't be there at all. TCS said 90% of its staff had received at least one dose, compared to the national average of nearly 40%. For most employers, having employees return to office is a conundrum. While there is excitement and optimism with a set of employees, there is also huge reluctance with another set. Companies too have saved on costs by giving up office spaces and gained from the ability to tap remote talent during the pandemic time. A survey found that 60% of tech firms now expected every second employee to come to office. A separate survey of employees found that 6 out of 10 people would prefer coming to office just for 1 or 2 days in a week. Only 2 of 10 respondents said they would agree to come to office daily. The firms are lining up a slew of incentives to attract people back. Some IT companies have hired new workers at double the salaries, besides doling out eye-popping goodies like expensive cars and vacations. Others are giving out more reasonable perks like childcare arrangements, transport facilities, and relocation allowance. Tech startup Meesho recently said it would give a 10-day break to all employees during the Diwali period. Firms on their part are working to strike a balance between employee safety and identifying jobs that need collaboration and office infrastructure. 2 new ways of work seem to be emerging. These are cloud shoring and hot desking. When employees return to office, they will have to grab seats on a first-come first-served basis. This is called hot desking. Separately, firms, especially in the IT sector, are finding ways to tap talent cross-border and deploy on projects the world over. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, and most other IT firms have laid out plans to build a distributed workforce across geographies connected through virtual means. SAP India is considering hyperlocal workspaces, which are temporary makeshift offices close to where employees are. These will essentially be small hubs, and employees will not necessarily have to go to the main campus. That said, hybrid work has its downsides. The IT sector accounts for 40% of India's office leases, and the remote working arrangement will lead to a drop in the demand for new commercial spaces. Also, businesses that depend on the office economy, food and beverage, hospitality, retail, and maintenance are also expected to suffer. The other issue is employee compensation for those who pick remote work. In the US, tech firms like Google and Facebook are receiving backlash for cutting down salaries based on the city the employee chooses to be based from. But like TCS said last week, the return to office will involve a lot of trial and error. Let's see how things unfold.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.